Reacher Season 3, Episode 4, now out. Let's talk about it. So Episode 4 of Reacher Season 3 is now out for you guys to go and check out. And look, this episode, man, holy wow. This episode, so majority of it is a flashback. We actually now know who Quinn is. So that's the big reveal in this episode is we know who Quinn is. It's the guy running everything. It's that the guy that is walking around the shipping places, everything, the Asian fella. He is the one in charge. He is Quinn. Xavier Quinn is him. But we find out in this episode what he did and how it's affected Reacher since then. So this episode is all about the character growth of Reacher. We're really diving into the psyche of him and just how much this character of Quinn is really much like that devil that he just can't get rid of. And now we know how he survived and why he survived. So let's get into it and break it down here because, oh man. So we get introduced, obviously, in the new character, Cole. She's the one that is working with Reacher on this case. She's the one that comes in and immediately Reacher starts to build a bond with her, starts to build a relationship with her. She's very, very good at what she does. She is like the female version of Reacher, not in size or anything like that, because, you know, he's gigantic, but mentally and the way she does things, how sharp she is. So they're working the case together, and you're watching Cole grow into this role. And what I loved is the way that Reacher took a step back and allowed her to basically conduct this whole investigation and put it all together. And I love the scene where she's interrogating one of them that she's brought in. And he's sitting there and he's just like explaining, okay, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. But obviously she can't hear that. She doesn't know that. And he's just saying that basically this is what he would do. This is what he's hoping she would do. And she's going through exactly what he would do. So you can see the respect that he has for her. So when everything gets done and they start aligning everything together to find out that, you know, Quinn is the person, there's a scene where they go and arrest this international guy who is the one buying the secrets. So they do that. There's a little thing that comes back about the private in there about turning your back to save someone else and how that ends up with 2 dead cops and stuff like that. So that was in here. That then comes back later on when everything happens. So this relationship between Cole and Reacher is really summed up in this one moment where they have all the evidence. They have everything required to put this man away. They have it all. And, you know, she's like, oh, we should celebrate with a beer. And she's like, let's go down to the bar and stuff. And he explains why they shouldn't and that they would think this is more and she wouldn't get any credit that she deserved because she worked really hard to get here. So that is one instance there. And then the next instance is where they're about to make the arrest and Reacher says to her, you go do it. And she's like, well, you're not coming to that? He's like, he didn't want to take any of the credit because it was all her. So he's like, you go get the credit you deserve. I'm not going to do that. So you can see the character in Reacher and how much he respects her. But then the unexpected happens. When she goes and does that, the man, oh man, what he did to her. Like, obviously we don't see what he did, but you can imagine. Use your imagination. She's strung up. There's blood all over her. He tortured her. And this is exactly what Reacher said in this episode. He said he would torture her because he wants this information and that. So you can see the panic on Reacher's face when he figures out that it's not her. When she calls him sir in the text message, he's like, no. I told her not to call me that the first time and you never have to tell her twice. So he instantly knew. So when he gets there and he sees her, the performance from Alan is fantastic. You can just feel the emotion there. You can feel as if Reacher is devastated at this thing. And when he finally gets a hold of Quinn and he takes him over to the ledge where the big giant river is, he shoots him and he falls into the river. But we find out that he used Quinn's gun, which is a smaller round, and that round didn't actually penetrate all the way through. So it didn't actually kill him. That's why he's still alive. And then that moment where he comes back and he pulls her down, she's obviously dead. And then he folds the puts the blanket thing over her, and he's just there on his knees, just like you could just feel how devastated he is and how this moment has impacted him. So we find out a lot about Reacher in this episode. We also find out a little bit more about the FBI agent chick as well, how she has sent this person in as undercover that has been captured. That's something that we didn't know. Now we have the laptops being traced. So Reacher's now, that's the big cliffhanger of this episode, is that's there. Reacher's going to go and get it while Quinn's people are going to go kill that people and retrieve it. So there's a lot of moving pieces going on now. I also really like the sequence and the scene of Reacher with Beck's son. So obviously we know Reacher saved Beck's son. Beck's son is out there boxing but doing it all wrong. So Reacher goes down there and is helping him, giving him a little lesson. And I love the banter between them. But to me, this bond is really, really growing. It really, really is growing between them two. And I'm liking it. And I can see where it's going to go. And I can see it going two ways. It's either going to be a happy ending for this kid or it's going to be heartbreak. Something like that could happen. But what this episode did, I think it showcased us Quinn. It needed to. So we knew from the first 3 episodes that Quinn was the guy. He was this big bad that they were hyping up. And now we know that he is the main villain here. And we now have seen what he is capable of and willing to do. He's a psychotic person. And he's willing to do whatever he has to in order to achieve his goals. So they did a great job setting that up. And I think they did a great job at setting up Reacher going for this guy. And man, if Reacher gets a hold of this guy, I feel sorry for him because it ain't just going to be a bullet this time. It's going to be something even more brutal. And I'm here for it. I love it. So I think so far they've done a really good job at setting everything up. And now moving forward, halfway through, I'm excited for where we are. I think they've done it justice. You know, obviously we're seeing Reacher interact with the maids there as well at the house. You know, he's gaining Beck's trust. So yeah, I'm interested to see where we're going to go. I'm intrigued and I'm excited. So let me know what you guys thought of episode 4. Did you guys enjoy episode 4? Maybe you didn't, maybe you did. Smash it down in the comment section below. Smash that like button, click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.